Though Ireland is picking up as one of the top study abroad destinations this year, many students find it pretty hard to meet their student visa conditions. It is because, unlike most of the countries in Europe or unlike US, Irish student visa requires you to pay full tuition fee or at least half of it before you even apply for the visa. And not just that, even with respect to living expenses, they are not okay with you showing living expenses as your loan sanction letter. Instead, they want the entire money to be lying in a bank account. So with all these conditions, when students visit the banks on their own, they are mostly denied the release of funds before visa. So that's why this is the most important video for students who are planning to go to Ireland. So in this video, I'll clearly tell you how to meet all these conditions from an education loan and what sort of non-collateral and collateralized education loan options exist for you. So do watch the full video. Hello all, this is Damini, co-founder of WeMakeScholars, India's largest education finance platform. So we started in the year 2015 with funding and support from Govt of India, and our sole purpose is to help students like you with scholarships and education loans for your higher education abroad. And all our services are absolutely free. Hence, our videos are the most trusted source of information than watching some random blogger. Even though we are sharing the information through these videos digitally and virtually, but if any bank staff in your city denies accepting any information which is shared by us, then we are just a call away. Just call us and we will solve the issue for you. Loan Fix web series talks about everything about education loans, and this particular video is to guide you on how to use your education loan for Ireland tuition fee deposit and eventually how to use it for your Ireland stamp 2 visa. And I'll also tell you how to handle the question of how will you fund your education on your AVET's visa application form for Ireland. So let's start. So before you even reach the visa stage, most of the universities are going to ask you to pay a minimal deposit to get the unconditional offer letter, or generally they link it with the scholarship. For example, if you pay the deposit by so and so date, you will be eligible for this XX scholarship. You can see that on my screen. This is UCD Dublin's offer letter, and you can see how the university has linked the deposit payment with the scholarship and how they are asking the student to pay a deposit. So a lot of students are not aware that they can pay this tuition fee deposit from their loan as well. It is called as pre-visa disbursement. Most of the government banks and even some of the private banks and NBFCs do not allow the deposit payment from the loan if you approach them directly. But when you apply for your loan via WeMakeScholars, your financial officer is going to inform the bank staff or the NBFC staff upfront that you will be requiring pre-visa disbursement for your deposit payment, so that as soon as the loan is approved, it is approved with the condition that pre-visa disbursement is approved. That's why you should apply for your education loan for Ireland via WeMakeScholars only. And even if you have already started your loan process, you can still get in touch with us to move your application via WeMakeScholars so that you get a faster processing and at least 25% discount on the bank's processing fee and a lower rate of interest. To get in touch with us, you can call us on the number which is shown on the screen, or you can request a call back via the link which is in the video description. Coming to the financial requirements for Ireland visa, even if you have decided to pay the amount for deposit from your own pocket, you might have to take a pre-visa disbursement from your education loan to meet these visa conditions, which are as follows. Condition number 1 is students have to pay at least 6,000 euros, which is roughly about 6 lakh rupees, towards their tuition fees before visa, but full fee payment is advised for a faster visa approval process. Which means if you're going for a 1-year master's program, your tuition fee will generally be around 15,000 to 20,000 euros for a decently ranked university. And if you're planning to pay the full fee payment for an edge in visa process, you will have to be ready with about 15 to 20 lakh rupees in your account, or you can go for an education loan and you have to get it disbursed before visa. Condition 2 is students must show 1 year living expenses in an account. Even though your education loan sanction letter clearly specifies the amount of funds allocated for living expenses, that is not okay with Irish Embassy. For Ireland, you must get the education loan disbursed and get those living expenses funds in a bank account and then show it to the embassy. And according to Irish Embassy, the living expenses for Ireland for 1 year is about 12,000 euros, which is roughly equal to about 12 lakh rupees. So the third condition is students must show a loan sanction letter or a savings account statement reflecting the rest of the expenses, which is the full tuition fee for the entire course and full living expenses for the entire duration of the course. So if in condition 1 and 2 you have already shown the full expenses for first year, then this third condition is only applicable for students whose course is longer than 1 year, which is generally undergraduate students. Now I hope you understood all the conditions related to financial requirements. You can either fulfill these financial conditions through a self-funding or you can fulfill it through an education loan. But please note that as the total expenses, which is your tuition fees and living expenses for 1 year of studies is around 25 to 30 lakh rupees, you will have to bear TCS on foreign remittance if you are using your own funds. So here is the rough calculation. So let's say the total expenses is 30 lakh rupees. The first 10 lakh will be exempted. Now on the balance 20 lakh rupees, you will have to bear 5% TCS. So 5% of 20 lakhs is roughly about 1 lakh rupees, right? So this 1 lakh TCS you will have to pay if you are using your self funds, and this amount can be saved if you are paying via your education loan because TCS is not applicable on education loans. And in addition to that, you can save a minimum of 3 to 4 lakh rupees under section 80E tax exemption if you are going for an education loan. I will not get into the details of the section 80E. If you want to know more about it, you can watch my detailed video on this topic. The link is in the video description. So after analyzing all these savings, go for an education loan if it makes sense. And if you have decided to go for an education loan, then you can take support from WeMakeScholars Financial Officer. Please note that all our services are absolutely free and we can help you with the entire loan process. To get in touch with us, you can call us on the number which is shown on the screen, or you can request a call back via the link in the video description. Coming to the type of banks acceptable for Irish visa, so you can either go for a non-collateral loan or you can go for a collateral secured loan. If you want to go for a non-collateral loan, you will be able to get between 30 lakhs to 50 lakh rupees without any collateral, depending on your academic profile, your co-applicant profile and the ranking of the university. The interest rate will be between 11 to 11.25% if you're going via WeMakeScholars. It will be much higher if you go on your own. So this is the interest rate for private sector banks and NBFCs. If you want a cheaper rate of interest, you can go for government banks. The interest rate for government banks as of today is about 9.25%. But please note that if you want to go for government banks, you will have to bring in a collateral security because government banks do not give more than 7.5 lakhs without collateral for Ireland. So coming to when should you apply for a loan, it is a no-brainer. Apply for the loan as early as you can. So ideally, once you have applied to the universities, you should start the initial steps for your loan process too, so that you will come to know what are the deficiencies in your profile well in advance. And if that was not possible, apply for your loan at least 1.5 months before the time you need it. See, the loan process even from a government bank will not take more than 18 to 20 days if everything is in place. But the problem is mostly everything is not in place. Most of the students are missing some or the other documents which takes weeks to get it, right? So keep a buffer and apply for the loan at least 1.5 months in advance. So coming to when do you have to repay this loan? So if you're taking loan from a government bank, you will get this moratorium period, which is your course duration plus 6 months. So this is a repayment holiday. And during this moratorium period, you don't have to pay even a single penny back to the bank and the EMI starts after that. But if you're taking loan from a private sector bank or NBFC, even they give you moratorium period, which is course duration plus 6 months or 1 year. But the difference is during this moratorium period also, you will have to pay a full simple interest or partial simple interest if you're taking loan from a private sector bank or NBFC. In government banks, they give you zero payment moratorium. So coming to how to apply for your education loan. So ideally this whole series Loan Flicks is all about how to go about your education loan. So if you want to know each and every detail for an abroad education loan, you need to actually watch all the episodes. But just to summarize, you need to know that WeMakeScholars is an organization which is funded and supported by Ministry of Electronics and IT Government of India under their Digital India initiative. So we help you with the entire education loan process. So if you need support, you can get in touch with us and we will assign you a financial officer who will handhold handhold you on the entire process. And please note that this whole handholding and the entire service part, it's entirely free. So to get in touch with us, you can call us on the number which is shown on the screen, or you can request a call back via the link which is in the video description. That's it, guys. I hope I covered everything in terms of financial requirements for Ireland and Ireland visa. If you're relying on an education loan, make sure the loan is sanctioned immediately after your admit, because then the loan has to be disbursed for your tuition fees and for your living expenses. So please let me know in the comments if you found this video useful, and if you have any questions, do request a call back, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that we continue to make these useful videos for you. And if you found it useful, do not forget to like and share it with your friends who are looking to study in Ireland. Bye bye. See you soon with my next video.